Hello, today I'm going to help you figure out where to find the images for your website and social media. I'm going to do that just by talking a little bit about what sets a great website aside from an average one, and the same with the social media presence. And I'm also going to share with you my 6 current favorite places to find images. There's a big difference between a really gorgeous website and a kind of meh one, and it's the images. So when the images are high quality, on brand, energetically aligned and brand aligned, and big enough, so they're not pixelated. Yeah, I mean, it makes a big difference. And when they're displayed on a website, then it looks great. And if the pictures are pixelated and or the light's not great, there's just a few things you're like, it just brings it down. If the pictures aren't relevant and meaningful, like if you're talking about organization and decluttering and you have a picture of fruit and vegetables, even if that's the greatest, like a really great picture, it's not really going to work, because people will have a cognitive dissonance, that they'll feel like they feel uncomfortable, they can't really understand why, and it will detract from the website. So my favorite way to have images, like place to find images for your website, is your own space and your own face. Those are so important, and you don't have to pay for a spiffy expensive photo shoot. In fact, my favorite way to do it is with one of my really closest friends who happens to have a decent sort of camera, because I feel relaxed with her. She gives me all the pictures. So some photographers won't give you all the pictures. They want to improve them, which is great, and they have amazing Photoshop skills, and full respect to that process. If that's what you're seeking, that's really cool. But personally, I love all the bloopers. I want all the weird ones. I want them all. And I don't just want the ones with great lighting. And I understand for a professional photographer that might reflect on their art, their artistry. And so they don't want that to go live if the light's not great, if you're just not looking what they think is your best self. So, that's why I like doing it with my friend, because I laugh my ass off. We have a great day. We go here, we go there. And even if you don't have a friend with a great camera, you can take really decent photos of your own office space using your iPhone. And I'm going to just share my website very briefly now, because most of my photos on my website are, oops, this is a later tab. I've got all my tabs open here for y'all. Not this one, but most of the photos, like this one on my website, I took with my girlfriend and also just with my iPhone in my office. So this is my body, this is my office, these are my cards. And a lot of the pictures on this website are of actually me. And from that photo shoot, this is from that photo shoot. And this is just a moment where I was shaking it off. And it's actually one of the most used images, because it's just so captures the freedom that I want people to feel through growing their business. This is also just from our photo shoot, and so you can definitely do a lot. I mean, if I show you now, I've got over here just a crystal grid, I've got some tissues and some sticky notes. All you have to do is take the dodgy things off. But a lot of the time, your workspace, and I love having loads of plants around, your own workspace is perfectly good space, and it's got your vibe in it. So it's good to share that with your audience. It will resonate for them. And that can be a free option if you go with a friend or your own iPhone option. Another free option is Unsplash, which I love. Unsplash, I've been recommending them for a long time. And the beautiful thing about Unsplash is these people are aspiring photographers who are just happy to share their work in the hope that they go viral and get famous on the internet. I mean, this is a very used image. And some of them you will be aware, like, oh, I've seen that before, so I don't really want to use that because I've seen it elsewhere. But I still think Unsplash is one of the best places to get images, and you can just search like happy or women, or you can search all kinds of things, yoga. They've got some prompts here. So, you can search through, and I would say the only thing for me with Unsplash is that there's not enough older, plump women. I am an older, plump woman, and I don't want to always see perfect young women or okay, not perfect, but you know, slim, healthy. I mean, it's not that I'm not healthy. I just want it to be represented. So for me, Unsplash is a bit of, oh, there's an older person, it's just a bit underrepresented of older, plump women. So I'm, you know, sometimes you find what you need in Unsplash and sometimes you don't. It's just a great resource. You don't even have to give credit if you don't want to. And they're big, clean images, and they're big file sizes, and they're great resolution, and they can really give your site a lift. Another free option is Canva. So if you Google search free images Canva, it will take you to their free stock page, and they have a ton of images. But what I notice is when you choose one, then it will, let's do autumn because we're actually not in spring here in Australia. When you choose one, I mean, it's very American as well, so that's tricky for me in the Southern Hemisphere in Australia. Once you choose an image, then it will offer you to use that in a Canva design. So just say, I want to use one of these nice Australian ones. Oh, crocodiles, great. You can also filter, like right now we've got premium and free. So let's just look at the free ones only. And yeah, sometimes Unsplash images are in here. It's pretty limited. I'm not really seeing what I want. It's interesting what they think Australia is. When you choose one finally, it will offer for you to use it in a design. So, I mean, which is fine, because even when I get the images off Unsplash, I usually want to resize them through Canva anyway. So that's Canva. When you have the paid version, you obviously get access to a lot more photos, but it is an expense, paid Canva, and I would just do a trial of the free version, of the paid version, and see if it's actually better, and if you're going to benefit from it. And I actually have a whole other video about should you get the free or paid version of Canva, where I dive into a bit more detail about what you get in the paid version and to help you weigh it up. That's kind of it for the free version, for the free options. My top recommendation after those free ones, if I couldn't find what I wanted, was Creative Market, because you can do a search for yoga and then you can narrow your search down to just photos, and then people do have photos in here that you can buy. And for me, if it's for a website and it's going to really give the website a lift, then sometimes it's worth it. But if you're just thinking about using it for social media, $7 or $12, it might seem a bit expensive for you. It just depends like how perfect the image is, how well it works with your brand colors and things like that. But I mean, Creative Market is a big fat wormhole in the best way. Like, they have loads of cool stuff in here, and I have items that I've bought from them on my website. For instance, these icons, I got them from Creative Market, and in the past I've bought gold color from them to use. All kinds of graphic design elements in here. I mean, this is pretty gorgeous, sacred geometry. There's just so many beautiful things in here that can really give your website a lift, but that's a whole other video. Since then, I have come across Inspired Stock Shop through a Facebook ad, actually, which is great. And I've just joined the membership. I am obsessed with these. The only downside for me is that she's in the States. So the foliage is Northern Hemisphere, and yeah, but other than that, I think it's great. It isn't cheap. It's like $30 US a month for 3 months. So it worked out at like 120 maybe, but I'm just having a trial to see how it goes. And so far the images are so aligned in terms of my feel for my brand. So I'm loving it. And she has great Canva templates and stuff in here. So you can also just buy a image. So if you are thinking about your website, you might, be looking for, singing bowls pictures, or she's got tuning forks, and you can just search per image and buy one image if that's what you need, because you don't have a great camera, or you don't have them in your life. So, see, here's a tuning forks image, and you can just buy that. It's $11 for the one image. So she has a great library of images. And since then, since I found her, someone mentioned the Wellness Stock Shop, which is an Australian woman who does a similar thing. She has a membership, but you can also buy individual images. She has great images, and probably after I'm finished with Inspired Stock Shop, I'll come over and do a membership here because I really love the feel. She's really inclusive race-wise, but I also am hoping that I'm going to see some more bigger, plump old women is what I'm after, people. I just want some plump older women. So hopefully that's helped you decide where to find images for your website and social media. And if you know of some other cool recommendations, feel free to comment on that below. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope this was helpful. See you soon. Mwah. Bye.